and I am not streaming only for the live people that are joining live, but I'm also streaming for the people that join this stream later on, that end up seeing these videos later on. And so I'm CJ. Hi, welcome. And I have in the past I have started streaming several times. So I had like time periods where I streamed regularly and then I stopped. This time it's different. This time I have been actually doing content since about 5 months, 6 months. And so my main channel was YouTube, and my main channel is TikTok, and now I'm transitioning over, activating YouTube as well, and I'm adding also the streaming thing onto the whole thing. So if you don't catch me streaming, then you can also check out the other streams. So the topics that I'm streaming about, and right now I have 2 TikTok channels. I'm experimenting a little bit right now, but the main topic that I started out with is self-help, kind of like personal development, and mindset and lifestyle, and topics related to that. And now some people may know, some people may not know, I also speak Korean, and last year, in end of last year or late summer last year, I have started to learn Chinese as well. I don't know very well Chinese. There's a whole situation attached to it, because I learned Korean by myself and I did a lot of things by myself. This time with Chinese, what I'm doing is I'm learning it with other people together. And the thing is, with doing things with other people together, the speed is much more slow, and I have to sit down and I have to learn and study. But I have become very, very sensitive to actually, sitting down and learning by myself. And so I have learned a bit, but not very much as like the things that I learned. I would have probably learned them within a few days if I had sat down and studied by myself. That is the thing. But I mean, I'm trying to get around it. Just so you know, I have a second account on TikTok where I am making it about a little bit about the things that I was exposed to while I was learning Korean, and I'm making it also about the for instance, I didn't want to get obsessed about Chinese entertainment. I knew that once I got into this, I would get into a rabbit hole and I couldn't get out of it. One day I thought, let's study, in a fun way, entertaining way. Like, I feel like that right now. So I started watching a drama after like 8 months of studying it. And I knew that this was gonna happen. I got into a freaking rabbit hole. And so, I have a whole list of dramas I want to watch. And so, I'm recording that journey, like how I'm exposed to, what it does to me. Like, okay, I just wanted to learn a new language, but I got into like, traditional Chinese medicine. I got into, what is going on here? I got into, I ordered myself a whole bunch of stuff like jujube dates and then black sugar and sesame, black sesame, because the girls are drinking sesame latte in the morning. Apparently it helps with like not getting what is it called, a gray hair. With that, And yeah, so it is, I just wanted to learn a new language, and you know how it's changing. It's my in every way, okay, and it's changing me in every possible way. Like I'm waking up, I'm drinking hot water in the morning, or hot tea. I'm not very much into hot, it doesn't taste good, but maybe one day I might try it out. I tried it out, but I might stick to it. So I just wanted to learn the language, and it's so interesting. And so it is, there's a lot going on, and I want to also share this journey. And yeah, so you may also be part of it. It's very entertaining. And the second TikTok account is about that. I'm also having more. It's a beginning, but I know this topic, I mean, it's entertaining. It is having more success than my personal development stuff. I'm like in the beginning stages of when it comes to like growing my accounts, but I made it about not about like the numbers, but I make this whole thing about content creation, and having fun creating content, because at some point the numbers are gonna rise, and I just want to improve my content creation skills and make this more entertaining, make this more fun. And this is where the streaming actually comes into play, because the streaming, I know, is gonna help me to get to know you, okay? Talk to you, get to know you, and get a better grip about like, okay, what is good, what can I show you, what is entertaining, what is fun, and yeah, so because the streaming is more, you're more connected to people. And my experience with streaming is just, even though it takes a lot of time to actually get even one person into the stream and talk to someone, I've had more better. I have very good experience with streaming. I had very good, even though like it was never a big thing for me. I have quite good experience with that. Yeah. So much to that. So, this is just, yeah, you might see this as an introductory kind of session and yapping, session. Not very organized. I have a few scripts for my stream that I want to use in the future. Yeah, but today is just like first stream. This is just conversational, talking to myself. I'm very good at that. I'm very good at talking to myself. So that's one side of the story. And the second account, and I don't know if I will stay with that. I see a lot of people that start creating content, and then the topic change in the future. And yeah, this is something that I have to look out for. But I can say that the second topic, like self-help, is a lot about like developing boundaries. So if you are a nice person, right, you may have experienced, you're generally a very happy person, but it's very hard to keep that happiness. Once you go out into the world, somebody comes and then they create chaos and do something, try to overstep your boundaries, try to be a bitch to you and stuff. And so if you don't have boundaries, and you don't know how to deal with people that are bitching to you, as a happy person, as a good intentioned person, you're gonna like lose your how do I say this? It's gonna be difficult to actually be in the world out there. You're gonna want to isolate, and it is like the people that are like, oh, I don't want to deal with the world anymore. I don't want to deal with people anymore. What they need is boundaries. To give you an example, one day, generally I am like that. I'm happy. I wake up, I'm happy. I did my what is it called? I did my routine. I did my daily routine. I did even like more than usual. I did my yoga. I did my coffee, tea, or whatever, and then going on about my day, doing whatever I need to do. And then a person comes into the whole situation. Yeah, now I'm facing people, and somebody is talking to me and saying like, yeah, this is not. They're saying something like, I'm very nice. I'm telling them, hey, what's the situation? I need to resolve it. Like, you got to do this. Like, there was a project that I was working on, and they say, yeah, like, this is not my job. It's like, what do you mean this is not? This is your job. This is your project. They're constantly saying this is not my job, and I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to go to higher ups and say like, oh, this person doesn't want to work. It's like, what am I gonna do? And the success of this project is actually part of my responsibility. So if this person doesn't want to do their job, and I don't want to go to higher ups and say like, hey, you know what am I gonna do? This, right? I'm gonna be the bitch. I'm gonna be the one that like, oh, she is I don't know, dramatic, chaotic, or what, and if I go on and say to this person, and it's been going on about 4 days, 3 days, saying like, trying to get out of the situation, not wanting to take on the task. This goes on about 3 days, 4 days, and this can't be happening, right? And it upsets me because this is my responsibility, and if you don't want to take the task, where am I going to go, right? And if I speak harshly to that person, they also said something very disrespectful. But if I tell them, hey, you're not going to talk to me like that, they're going to take that, whatever I said, and go to higher ups and say, yeah, CJ has done this and that. She has told me this and that. Ignoring the fact that they were rude to me in the first place. This is how people start smear campaigns. This is how people like that act, But I'm actually, like, I'm getting upset. I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm generally a happy person. I wake up happy. I wake up and I feel good. But why is this happening? Why can't I keep this emotion? Why can't I keep this happiness? Right? And so in that situation, actually, there's something that I want to say. Because like I went inwards and I asked myself, what do I want to say? And we are very blessed to have AI at this moment, because when we are angry and we don't know how to express what we want to say in a nice way, we can ask, and AI just formulates whatever we want to say. So I use that. I want to say this, I want to say that, but I don't know how to say it in a respectful and kind way without actually, because this, attacking that person. Because once I, am very direct, this person is going to use it against me. The problem was, I am happy, but then you have a person like that comes into your life, and you generally, what I would used to do, I would ignore it. I would just like, how do I say this? I would just be passive about it, avoid conflicts, and this is what caused all the chaos from my side. This is what caused me to have to deal with difficult things. I just didn't say what I needed to say, but this time I had to be different. And so let me collect my thoughts at this moment. So I am happy. And I have this person that comes at me. Usually I cannot say anything. And this ruins my day. Right? But now I did something different. This situation happened. They came at me. They were a bit rude. I reformulated whatever I wanted to say. and say, hey, da 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 da, you know, this is your job, da da da. And I don't know what I exactly said, but I said it in a quite assertive way without being rude, in a respectful way. I say, hey, you know what, I don't want to be, what did I say? I don't want to be rude to you. I don't want you to get it the wrong way. It's just that this project is my responsibility, and so on and so on. If you are not the da 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 da, because what I know is when you are, it's like, according to the information that's there related to this project, you are part of it, okay? And you have to, if you say you're not part of it, it's something that you have to resolve within your department or team. Yeah. And I say it in an assertive way, but also in a direct way, but in a respectful way. Hey, I don't want you to misunderstand, or I just want to resolve this. That was the thing. I just want to resolve this because I have to make sure this project is running, so I don't want you to get it the wrong way. Yeah. And so this is how I formulated it. But so you see, one situation, so much thought has gone into this. But after I have said that, it made me feel good. Like, oh, I'm feeling good. Because now I don't have to deal with their irresponsibility if I didn't say anything. But now I spoke up, and it doesn't, you know, it's not my, like, yeah, it's not my responsibility. And even then, this person didn't found something to say. Of course, it's a character. Now I had to approach the situation differently, you know, which I did. But I am giving you this example just to show you the reason why happy people lose their happiness is because they don't have boundaries. And now, because you don't have boundaries and you cannot speak up what you actually want to say, you take on the responsibility for the bad behavior of other people. This is the reason why you cannot take your happiness, keep your happiness. And that's exactly what I'm speaking about, like building boundaries. As a nice person, how do you keep your boundaries? How do you develop boundaries? Sometimes people, if you are a good-hearted person, you have only good-hearted means you have good intentions. You have always good intentions. You want, you know, if you do something, you do it with a good intention. If you always, right, or like most times, you are not after taking advantage or hurting people. You're always looking out for growth. You're always looking out for results. You're always looking out, and there are a lot of people like that. But most people of this kind, they just don't know how to set boundaries. And the thing is that, where does it come from? This comes from childhood. Let me ask you a question. When you were a child, what was your experience with speaking up? What did people say when you wanted to state your opinion or when you wanted to express yourself? How did people react? Let me ask you that question. And a lot of these people that cannot speak up, that cannot build boundaries, they have the people around themselves, around them, have overstepped their boundaries, so they were not able to develop boundaries. First of all, that. Secondly, if they wanted to express themselves, if they wanted to say something, it was always turned into a problem, or they were made shut up. Okay, you say, oh, the weather is good. That thing is being turned into a bad thing. I was like, are you stupid? What are you saying something so like, what is it called? Is it called unintelligent, like, yeah, who cares, right? Why you're saying something like that, who cares, right? They may feel like whatever they had to say, whatever they had to express, their essence is unimportant, and for that, and they never learned to speak up, and for that reason now they're adults, and when it comes to speaking up, they get into this like fight or flight, or they get into this frightening like experience. They get nervous because when I speak up, they're conditioned, their subconscious mind. When I speak up, I'm gonna make shut up. I'm gonna be made shut up. I'm gonna be put down. I'm gonna be made into a laughing stock. Whatever I say is gonna be used against me and stuff like that. So a lot of these people are afraid to speak up because they grew up in situations like that, or later on in their life they experienced a very dramatic situation where they were shunned and treated like that, and now they're afraid to speak up. And so, and how do we get out there? Because it's important that we express ourselves, and it's important that we are able to build boundaries. In East Asian culture, if you have something good, and this is a dilemma that we have within this world, if you have something good, you have to know how to protect it. If you have something good, you also have to know how to be bad. In Chinese culture, they teach before you are good, you have to know how to be bad. Because if you only have something, right, you have something good and whatever, but you have no boundaries, you're gonna be taken advantage of. People are gonna use you, and you're gonna be giving, here. And you're gonna treat it like, you got plenty of it. But the matter of fact is, even energy, emotional energy, and your time, everything is limited. And if you're around people that are only around you to take advantage of you, this is gonna suck you dry. And this is the reason why good people get burned out, or they turn into wicked people, because because of their resentment, right? Because if you're young, you just stay kind, right? Kill them with kindness. I don't believe in that. I have lived like that 29 years of my life, and I don't believe in that. And this is exactly what my second account is for, is for building boundaries and motivational mindset. I grew up with it like since 10 years ago. I thought, yeah, motivation doesn't get you anything. But then I realized, oh wait, actually having motivational videos, it is valuable. Like I started watching these again, and it can be fake, it doesn't matter. But when you are in a situation where a lot of things are negative, something is not going well, it's actually cool to have like a quote or a sentence or somebody telling you some good thoughts, some good things. Oh, actually this is true. It gives you energy, even though that might be just a thought that has not much value. It's motivational. It's that motivation doesn't last. Showering doesn't last either. That's why we shower every day. I did not realize, like I gained the opinion of like motivation is not it. It's not really valuable. But then when I started like roaming around like TikTok and watching these videos, I actually started to like that. And even if I had the experience over 10 years to be exposed to that kind of thing, Les Brown and stuff, so yeah, it has a value. Also it gives you ideas. It gives you ideas. Stuff like, I mean, what I'm telling about the building boundaries, you have to know how to be bad before you can be good. This is not motivational. This is a lesson. Motivational quotes are things like I posted a video the other week. It's nobody will stand on my way to success, blah 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 blah. That is motivational, but the other thing is a lesson. That is motivational, and it is valuable. Yeah, I did realize having that on my stuff like that on my For You page. I realized, oh wow, actually, also people started to villainize motivational content. If you only are into motivation, that's not good. You have to, yeah, this is another topic. The reason why self-help doesn't work for a lot of people, motivation doesn't work for a lot of people, is because there is, let's say, personal development or self-help. There's a kind of self-development that happens within. Okay, there's several pillars to self-development. The self-development that improves your inner life and self-development that improves your outer life. And there are pillars to both sides that you have to work on simultaneously. So when you're done working on it, you're not gonna be at a place where you're like, well, I did personal development, I did self-help, but none of, why is my life still like this? If you only do like mental health, mental work, yoga, meditation, skills, like this is what I was, this is what I experienced, learning Korean, working on my mindset, learning skills and stuff like that. I worked on my own personal development, on my character. You have to be an interesting person to attract interesting, or to attract people, or to attract success. It's not only that. No, because you have really all kinds of people that are villain kind of people. They're, you know, they don't have good intentions, and they are still, you know, successful in outer life. And the outer life development, what pillars are part of it? You tell me. Think about it. Financial life, career, social life, and then also you can say there's a third pillar, which is like a crossover between the inner life and the outer life. So let's say there's a circle, inner life, outer life, and the circle might be your interest. So now I'm learning Chinese, right? And so I learned Korean in the past, but I taught myself. I spent a lot of time just by myself. I'm that kind of person. So I also wanted to learn it very quickly. But now my goal is also to improve my social life, right? And so what can I do? Oh, well, I want to learn Chinese, but I also want to improve my social life. What can I do? Easy. The inner circle are your interests. And there might be other pillars. Like you can increase the list. So let's say your interests are part of it. That connects your inner life to the outer life. Oh, well, you're going to take courses, you know, Chinese learning courses, and that's how you're going to improve your social life, because you get to know people, you're around people, right? So you have to mind the inner world and the outer world. If a lot of people only work on the inner world, okay, that's, again, as I said, that's mental health, that's stuff like, you know, skills, learning languages, learning Korean, or maybe that's whatever, food, health. It's even workout, because workout you do by yourself. This is happening on you, but this is not changing the outer shell of your life. This is not changing your life on the outside. This is changing you. And then you have to do you may go to the gym, you may go to a workout club, you may go to a workout, I don't know, Pilates courses, anything like that. This is what changes your outer world, the outer shell, the life that happens outside of your physical shell, right? Both you have to do simultaneously, at the same time. Because, you know, one day, otherwise, you do the inner work, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize, I worked hard on myself. I became a very skilled person, good person. Good character, unshakable, and I have good boundaries and blah 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 blah. But my life has not changed much. You know, so you may end up at a place like that, and that may get you into frustration. It doesn't matter anyway, and you drop everything. And you get, life doesn't work, and you know, it doesn't happen the way that I want to. Life sucks, and everything sucks, and da 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 da. You know, you may get to a place like resentment and becoming grim. You know, life of course doesn't happen the way we want it. Life has its own course, and we do whatever we do, and we hope that it's kind of gonna happen what we wish, or a lot of times it happens not the way that we imagine it. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes, you know, we realize, oh, this is not what I thought it would be. But because they also say you don't know if you want what you want until you really have it. This is what I experienced in music. I was actually working or pursuing also more work in the music industry. I wanted to be more in it. But when I was deep in it, I realized that this is not something that I want to do. Okay? As much as I love music, I have more, I can give more, but this is not, like, whatever I have to give is not something for this industry, for another industry. Right? And so for that reason I changed whatever I was doing. That was about 5 years ago, and it was difficult at that time. That's another story. But yeah, it was the way that I thought it was gonna be. Like, oh well, you know what, I found a niche where I am better suited, right? So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, beep beep beep. This is what this is kind of, you see this as a introductory stream. This is kind of the topics that I'm talking about that concern me. This is also not just something that I learned from books, and which I see these problems outside. I see other people have these problems. Also, like, having problems and not dealing with them. You know, problem solving. A lot of people don't do this. They go out of the way, like, they have a problem and they distract themselves because they're afraid to look at it. But if it would be a very simple solution, you know, and so if you don't deal with the problem, you're gonna have to carry it until the end of your life. If you don't deal with the problem, you're gonna have to carry it until the end of your life. So simple as that. And you see this with a lot of people. A lot of people do this. And that's very unfortunate. It might be, the answer might be very simple. The action steps might be very simple, but people, like, the problem, whatever they're experiencing, I guess they're afraid to face it. They're afraid to look at it. Because when they have to start, they have to look it in the face. And it feels like a monster. Like, you have to admit, hey, you know what, I'm sick, or what, I don't have energy, or what, now I have to deal with it. And it might take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. A lot of things have taken me 3 years to 5 years, but you don't have to deal with it until the end of your life anymore. You know, it's done. And now also, if anybody else faces that problem, and you face the problem again in the future at some point, you know what to do. You know the answers because you solved it. So problem solving, how to problem solve. You know, this is something that I'll also get more deeper in the future. It's very simple. Very, very most important part, okay, of a problem solving journey is define the problem. Defining the problem is, if you know what problem you have, you know it in and out, and as good as possible, you already solved most of it. Because if you don't define it, you don't have anything tangible, right? You don't know it exists. Oh well, you're tired every day, and you have not even looked at it. You're like, you just, you know, continue with your life just like that, as if it's nothing, as if this is normal. You don't know you have a problem. How are you going to solve it? You know, for that reason, you have to say, you know what, this is not normal. I'm tired. You know, I even had that too. Like, I was not, like, when I was 18, 19, or maybe younger than that. I didn't know that the physical condition I was in was not healthy. I was experiencing, you know, brain fog, dizziness, and being tired too. I mean, yeah, I mean, I had thyroid problems. That was very known. But later on, I've experienced, how do I say this? I thought the energy levels that I had was normal until I achieved a better energy level. And now I know what I was experiencing at that time, the energy levels that I had, that I saw as normal, was not normal at all. And that's impairing you to actually live your life and do whatever you want to do. You know? So to say, if you don't define your problem, and if you are not aware of it, how are you going to solve it? How do you want to solve it? You know? Everything starts with defining the problem. And let me tell you something very simple. This is very similar to math, actually. What do you say in math? Let me tell you, the math. Look, you have a story in math, right? I mean, we were all in school. Oh my God, I have a bug there. We were all in school, and we get like a, you know, we are in a test, or we get a task in math, and there's a story. Anna and Josh are going to the supermarket to buy apples, right? Anna wants to buy apples for herself, but also for her grandma and for Christine. Christine is with them, and Christine has no money. So she asked Anna if she can, you know, buy also apples for her, right? And now create a question out of that story. This is how math goes, right? Create a question out of that story. Define the problem. How many apples is Anna supposed to buy? So she has apples for herself, because it says, okay, the story also says Anna wants to have 2 apples for herself, and so on and so on. And now you have to create a question. How many apples does Anna have to buy to have some, you know, to be able to get some apples for grandma, and also to be able to buy some apples for Christine, 2 apples for Christina, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So you have the question. There's a definition of the problem. And then you do the math. What is the math? The math is the troubleshooting. So in IT, you know, there's this term, troubleshooting. What is troubleshooting is so amazing. So you have on a computer, you get an error, whatever, 404, right? But you might get an error, and the problem might be caused by something else every time. Like one error might be caused by a different problem. You don't know what the problem is, right? You only know that you're getting an error. And this is the reason why troubleshooting, you know, why you do troubleshooting. Okay, you research and you see what other people have to say. Sometimes they have like a whole list of what you have to do. Like troubleshooting is just you're having different answers. You got to try them out until you find the answer. Oh, you got to do this, do these settings, go in, do these settings. If that doesn't work, you have to do the troubleshooting number 3, number 4, number 5. So sometimes you may be lucky, and the first troubleshooting thing, what is it called, suggestion, is your solution. But sometimes you do all 5 and you're still not done. The problem is not solved. So you have to go on and search further for possible answers. And so that's the math in problem solving, troubleshooting, right? So you write down, okay, how many what could be my answer? Troubleshooting, what questions do I have to ask myself? Hello, Ellie Thompson. I'm good. How are you? Yeah. So when you are doing math, the math part is asking yourself a question. Okay, well, I have this problem. Who am I gonna ask? Where am I gonna research? There are communities. In which communities am I gonna research? Maybe you can just post something, and a lot of people can suggest you answers. You know, this is the math part of problem solving. What is it called? Like in math, Ellie Thompson. It's been it's been a very long time since I streamed the last time. And Ellie Thompson, I'm not sure if we have ever talked before. Did we? Did we ever talk before? Right. So yeah, I want to know, when you are in math, right? You have these Rechnung. Let me ask AI. What is it called in English? Not good. My stream is not, nobody's coming in. But I'm doing my stream for people that are also retuning in later on. So I'm good. If I have nobody joining my stream, I'm fine with it. And I might reuse these streams as clips for like my social media later on. Calculation, right? It's called calculation. You got in a math, you know, I'm talking about problem solving. How to solve problems. So it's like a math exercise. Like, you know, you have define the question, define the problem, versus calculation, the troubleshooting, and then you got the answer. So what's the answer? The solution, right? That's it. That's it. You do this troubleshooting until you find the solution, and the solution might be, you might have several solutions. Like, okay, well, you work out, you solve that problem that way, or you take certain supplements, you can also solve that problem. You have to figure it out. That's your job. But this is how you become very independent to problem solving. My day has been, I slept a very long time. I'm very ashamed to say that, but today I slept a very long time. How was your day? So I'm actually done with my, I guess, with my talk. This is the conversational part, maybe. How was your day, Ellie? Have we ever talked before? What have you done today? I haven't slept the other days actually very much. I slept like 3 hours, 4 hours. And today, how many hours did I sleep? I think 13 hours or so. Yeah, so I was in shock when I was like, was I this tired? Because I didn't feel that prior to today. Let me see. I'm actually using a sleep app. Yeah, 12 hours 15 it says. So this is like the sleeping app, and it tells me, like, I always use it to keep track of my sleep. It's cool. Hey Jane, Brave Bushido, thank you. Do I stream daily? I'm figuring it out. Today is the first stream after a long time, and you tell me, what am I supposed to do? Are you a lot on Twitch? How do other people stream? Brave Bushido, thank you very much. Yeah, you tell me if we ever talked prior to this stream before. You tell me that. And I don't remember people's names very much, but I do remember the conversations that I had with people. So then I can tell, oh, you are that person. How many days do you practice your Korean? I don't practice anymore. I have, I just speak, I write. Right now what I'm practicing is Chinese. Yeah, so do you learn Korean as well? Do you learn Korean? I started in 2010. That's been a very long time ago. Where are you from? I'm from, look, I don't even want to mention this country because I hate the political situation that we have right now. Germany. I just want to leave this country. Yeah. Yeah. So, where are you guys from? Yesterday I was chatting with Claude, USA. Oh my god, this is so cool. So cool. USA is so cool. How is the situation over there? How are you feeling? How is life? Trump is very, very, also, by the way, I'm not German, I'm Turkish. Trump is very, very like this with the Turkish president. I was like, you don't sanction France. You are very respectable. You have done a great job. You have done a great job. You are very respectable. You don't sanction France. So he said and then they were going in like linked arms together. Oh my god, this is insane. Did you see that? I would have Trump. Can I show you that? Do you want to see that? They're like best friends. This is so funny. They were linking arms. Let me show you that. I have to show you that. Yeah. Artwork. I would love to. That's a good idea. But do you mean on the panel? Like a cartoon version of me, maybe? You can also suggest me a streamer that has that. So I'm learning. So that's the situation. So today, my plan is, today is my first stream. I'm streaming for people that also join later on, rewatch the stream. That's the situation right now. And I'm figuring it out what's gonna be my schedule. I would love to stream every day. It's like 2 hours every day. That's a little, right? That's not a lot. My schedule. What's maybe doable is, what did I agree on with ChatGPT yesterday? I talked. It's like I want to get into streaming and so on. Like I've been creating content for 6 months and I want to get into streaming. And I don't remember what ChatGPT. I think it said 3 times a week. That's gonna be. Can I check this out? Would you allow me to do so? Live stream. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, I want to try it and stream like 4 times a week. Today, tomorrow. So from Wednesday to Sunday. That's what I'm gonna try. But then I have to try it out. Wednesday to Sunday, and so Monday to Wednesday I will. Oh, sorry, Thursdays to Sunday. I'm sorry, I just gotta check out. I'm on my laptop, by the way, so I can see the chat better. No, actually, you do work with streamers and gamers to their. Oh wow, that's a cool job. Museum director, national guy. You guys are. Why is this such a coincidence? And that's enough for you. What I want to so. Can you tell me what museum you are the director? That's amazing. Or what art do you display? Ellie Thompson. I have my Instagram account is in my panel. It's a hardcore glow up. My Instagram account. My light. It's a hardcore glow up. But my main, let me tell you, I'm also doing content creation, but I haven't been active much on Instagram. So there's not much going on at this moment. My main social media is YouTube and TikTok. And streaming is I'm adding streaming to it. I'm open for any advice, like, okay, well, I don't know, like, if you have any advice, oh, but I want this and I want that. It's like, you know, do more Instagram. Oh, wow, London. Brave Bushido. Bushido is a German rapper. Do you actually know that? How did you come up with that name? How did you come up with that name? Thank you, Ellie. I will check that out, definitely. We are very working in a similar field. I'm working on we're offering web design for customers, web design and marketing. I don't do social media. I'm learning right now with my own content. I don't know much about it, but yeah, this is very related. I love designing and being, you know, creative. I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, how long? I have 50 minutes. The time has gone by quite quickly. I'm out of words. This happens, and usually what I do also when I stream, guys, this is a hot topic. Do you guys stream? I take caffeine. Right now I had two cups of matcha, and I'm neurodivergent, so I didn't even whisk it well. I had like little crumbs in it. I am one of those people. But yeah, I mean, I do take caffeine and then it helps me talk. Matcha is not that strong, however. Not as strong as the tea that I have. Wait a second. This is what I usually drink. This is, I'm not selling. This is Herbalife. And I used to try to get into, like, you know, when I was very, very young, I was trying to get self-employed, and I was trying out several things. I was into personal development, and through Jim Rohn I got into Herbalife, and I have tried out most of their products at that time, and some, yeah, this is the only product, and their aloe vera drink is what I keep drinking. This is not advertisement, by the way. This is what I use personally. I bought about 5 items this time, and this helps me talk. It's like I get hyper and stuff, and oh, this is easy. Talking is easy. I turned into a machine, you could say. I wanted to drink this, but I mean, my ADHD brain, I start one thing, oh, I want to drink tea. Now I also want to start streaming, so I started the stream without drinking this tea. I'm glad that I got to start this stream and not be, what is it called? Starting another thing before I streamed. Like, oh, you know what? I have to also tidy up my room. So, my place. the ADHD I have is not, it's like I can organize and be structured, but what I'm struggling with is that I don't have the pull, I don't have the drive a lot of times to start something. Like, okay, I know what I need to do, I'm structured and I can focus, but I don't have the emotional drive, like I have to do this and then I get the dopamine hit from it. I don't have that. But I'm not really scattered or anything like that. At this moment, yeah, I am, because I said, you know, I was very much into like cleaning my apartment, cleaning my room, and I love it clean and it makes me feel happy and good. But now I say, you know what? I'll have to be after my goals. Like, I have, you know, I'm spending so much time tidying up and cleaning. Like, I have to stop being organizing and stuff. And so I kind of, that this time right now, I don't know what happened to me, but I'm hyper focused at the moment. Like, I dropped everything, whatever I was doing. I said, okay, I'm hyper focusing and on my goal, and I'm not touching anything. Like, even when I'm eating, sometimes of course I cook too, but I'm so hyper focused, I don't even want to spend so much time eating. And so I'm just having stuff in my fridge that I can grab very quickly and eat, like a few apples and, yeah, yogurt and stuff like that. Check your Insta. I saw that message, but I will check it out later. Or maybe I can look at it now. If you're trying to sell me something, I won't need it. Yeah, I'm a fairly new creator. Maybe at some point in the future, when my channel grows, I might be interested in actually working with other people together. I actually want to share work as well. Or I wish, like, I have this goal, I want to build up my channel, I want to do content creation, and of course I'm in marketing, and I know that I have to offer something, a value, and that's my focus. Like, I want to offer a value, but with the streaming, I'm trying to figure it out. And then later on, you know, if this somehow grows, I want other people to join and be part of it, you know. But thank you for your message. Are you still there? Behance. I cannot see it. It's actually leading me to a login page. Yeah. So it's asking me to log in. Maybe you want to, just as a tip, maybe you want to use something else, like create a website. Something that I'm maybe advising you as someone that is in web development and marketing. I cannot really look at it. I would love to, but really, thank you very much for sending me. It shows me a few seconds, like that you have a few like logos and stuff. Yeah, my German side wants to come out, but I'm trying to shut up right now. I was like, maybe should I say it? Can I give you advice? It's like to convince someone. You need more work. Your portfolio has to be bigger. Right now there's just fonts and stuff. This is my German honesty. I'm so sorry. I have a question not related to anything you were just talking about. Deuzy, hi. Yeah, you can ask, but only if it's not anything out of line, rude, or anything like that. You know, when you set boundaries. step over boundaries. So I am tending to talk about personal development and self-growth and doing these things. Okay, advice, let me know. This is bitter tea. Why did I get myself bitter tea? Oh, yeah, I was experiencing brain fog. And I love to be productive. I love to create something. I love to do. And there's like this hunger constantly to do something. And of course, you cannot do this with brain fog and low energy. I figured out the low energy part. But now I have to figure out the brain fog part, right? You may ask. And I am very much into health. Can I show you my supplements? Da-da-da-dum. So this is L-glutamine. This is beef organs, and then there's a lot of other stuff. My God. And learning Chinese, I only know English. And I'm into that stuff. Like, how can I support my body so I can have maximum energy and brain capacity to go after what I want to? That's the goal, right? And so I'm having brain fog. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. I was even getting very angry about this. Your portfolio says you know Korean learning. I know English. I have been considering learning Russian. Do you have any experience with Prince? Was it Prince? What is that? What is that? Princeler. Princeler? Oh, I don't know it. I don't know that app, but I can tell you that it's not about the app. It's about Sprachkompetenz. Sounds interesting though. Is this kind of advertisement? Are you the marketing part of the marketing team? But you may try it out. I mean, try out if it like you because like something that may work for me may not work for you, but it sounds interesting. Like I have a similar app for Chinese. It's called Hello Chinese or what? Do you want to know? Hello. Wait a second. Chinese. The app was really good, so I had also other people, Chinese learners, that was using the same app, and it was, you know, practicing like pronunciation, speech, and hearing. It's good if this is an app that is, you know, helping you with that. It's because you have to also hear what you're reading. That's sounds to be an app that actually practices exactly those things. Yeah, so I used I found an app in Chinese. I don't know what the name is. If you want to know, I'm gonna look it up. But what helped me and what also works for a lot of people is consuming content in the language that you want to learn. Repetition and speech. And that's not good. Then I would look for, this is not good, like, but I would like watching content in the language that you want to learn. First of all, that. Secondly, when it comes to this app, if it has a free version, I would suggest you try it out and how you feel about that. Yeah, And important is when you learn a language to engage with it a lot. I mean, maybe set your self time, maybe 50 minutes every day or half an hour every few days. I've been learning a lot by watching content, and with Korean especially, like while I was watching a Korean drama. Oh, you know what I can suggest to you? There's an app when you watch videos, it's called Language Reactor for Chrome, and I think for your browser probably is for Firefox as well. Language Reactor, when you watch a video on YouTube or Netflix, it is actually like when you click on the word, it is showing you the meaning of it and the grammar behind it. Yeah, so that's a very good app. Language Reactor. Yeah, of course, knowing the words and how to say them will help you read easier, read faster too. Language Reactor. And you say you want to learn Russian. I don't know, I was actually also thinking about learning Russian or Chinese. Like I had to pick between those two, and I went for Chinese. So anyone that's related to learning Chinese, there is also, I didn't look at it, but I saw videos of it. It's called Mandarin. Can I please look at it? Wait a second. I saved it on TikTok. Let me check the name. It's very similar to Language Reactor, but for Chinese learners. Let me see. I have a lot of lists for like saved videos. Yeah, so I think it's called My Mandarin or anything like that. Let me check real quick. Is it this? Ah, yeah, I got it. It's called My, wow, I cannot see. My Mandarin. It's called My Mandarin. I was crazy about learning Korean. Oh, by the way, what I can recommend to you, you don't even have to take extra time for like learning Russian. What I used to do is I used to write down vocabularies. So I have like a piece of paper, you know, like this, or just A4 in the A4 format, and then I would fold it. And when I was on the way, like I was a student at that time, I would constantly, like in the bus or while I was traveling, I would look at it, and while I was walking, I would learn the languages, the vocabularies. Because in the bus, I tried to like do my workbook exercises, but I mean, what do you want to do? It's very awkward. You're sitting there and you're doing this and that. It's also very hard to focus. And even though I was tired, I would pull out my sheet, and then I would just look at it. Doesn't matter, I just look at it, you know, and that would already also help. Like, or I had to wait, I had an appointment at a doctor's office or anything like that, I pull out my vocabulary and I would learn it. And that did actually a lot, even if it was 5 minutes, 15 minutes. The thing is, what I learned is when your body moves, you move your body, you do workout, anything like that. There was a TV show where people looked at memorize, how fast can you memorize something while you move your body. It was like a TV show, like a competition. These people were running, doing exercises and memorizing. I don't know if there's a study came out, anything like that, but I also like observed myself. Can I memorize something more when I move my body, like I work out or anything like that? And I feel like I can memorize things much better when I actually am on the move. Yeah, so that's a cool thing to actually learn vocabularies. How long did it take me to become fluent? I was able to talk pretty well after 2 years. This is the time when I was practicing most, and then afterwards I started, you know, kind of freestyling and using the language more, and writing text and reading text more, using it in everyday life. And yeah, and then since it's been a very long time, it's been since 2010, it's been 16 years. So yeah. What made you want to learn these 2 languages? Oh, by the way, what made you learn Russian? Korean, I heard it the first time and I thought it sounded really cool. So I thought, oh, this language sounds very cool. I wish I could speak it. I love the pronunciation. I love the sound of it. And then I got into watching K-dramas. Are not very popular, but at that time nobody knew about that. It's been 16 years ago. Over 16 years. I actually started learning it in 2010, but got exposed to learning Korean in 2008, 9, around that time. And so I kept watching K-dramas, and then I had like 1, 2, 3, about 3 K-dramas. They were saying stuff, and I started to understand whatever they were saying. So I watched my first this is a very funny story. I watched my first K-drama at that time. It was still running, and there were no subtitles, and it was just so interesting. I started to watch that episode. After watching 3 K-dramas, I watched 1 episode without subtitles, and I remember what I understood at that time. They said like, today is your birthday. You don't remember your birthday? How can that happen? Or things like that. They said stuff like that, and I understood it. And I asked, how? What? Wait, what? Did I just understood what they said? And I didn't learn Korean. Like, I understood. Okay. If it's that easy, how easy it is, like how further can I get when I actually intentionally learn this language with a book, with a course, or I studied with books. Yeah, how fast can I learn with a book? And that's when I started learning Korean. When it comes to learning Korean, there's one source that is really, really good. Talk to Me in Korean. Like, you don't need books or anything like that. When you start with Talk to Me in Korean, the way this website is structured and things, it's so easy. Like, there's not much da. They only tell you the most important stuff. They get to the point really quickly. Bam, 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 bam. So for that reason, you learn very quickly. Talk to Me in Korean is like incredible. Yeah, and so that's how I started learning Korean. 15 years. And I also wanted to learn Chinese, but I started this year. And what made me learn was, what was it? It was, I wanted to improve my social life. And I said, what can I do? Oh, wait, you know what? I wanted to learn Chinese, so I can actually combine whatever I want to do, whatever I want to learn, engage in, with courses. So I'm getting to know people, I'm around people, and I'm learning, actually doing the thing that I want to do. Because generally, I am neurodivergent. And so I am constantly want to do things. I constantly want to learn things. I speak Korean, learn Chinese. I was in the music industry, then I changed to marketing. I'm learning marketing, but I'm not doing only, you know, I'm not only in like design. Like, when I'm working with web designers, for instance, I give very quite clear instructions. But I'm not only doing my own project with web design. I like, you know, I don't know codes, but I love the layout aspect, the graphic aspect. And I'm also in marketing, but I'm not only in the SEO part, but I'm also in the in other areas involved, you know. And this makes me kind of an all-rounder, and not everybody wants to be like that, but I want to be like that. I want to do a lot. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and I want to do that. I have to do this because I get bored. It's ADHD, neurodivergent. Like, I have to do a lot. Some people need one thing and they get overwhelmed when they have a lot, but I get bored when I have only one thing. I realized I had a situation where I had to explain an older person something, and this person kept telling me, "You're too fast. You're too fast. You're all over the place." Some people are able to deal with it. Some people not. But especially this person, "You're too fast. You're too fast." Well, I am already thinking about the next step, and then first of all explain to me this, and then we're gonna go to the next step, and then I don't have to explain this to you actually, because I'm already at the next step. No, first explain this to me, because this, I don't have to explain this to you. This is done. We don't have to do this. Difficult to me. It's like, oh. In that situation I'm like, boring. We don't need to do that. It's just waste of time, Oh yeah, then that was unnecessary, she said. Yeah, I knew that was unnecessary, so that's why I wanted to move on, but you didn't let me. All right, this is what a neurodivergency is like. I'm able to think about a lot at the same time, and I have this drive that I want to do a lot. This is the reason why Chinese, Korean, I was in music, and now in marketing, and I want to be an all-rounder, doing all kinds of things, learning social media, web design, web development, and SEO, and paid marketing and stuff. I love that. But marketing is not just a scam. I don't want you to feel like, oh, she's in marketing, but she wants to sell something to me. No. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to have to do with anything with this creator. No. Marketing does not have to be a scam. And if you really know marketing and you have something to offer, it's just you're learning how to spread your message. You're learning how to get your message to the customer and how to package it well, right? If you're you have a restaurant, what colors do you use? How do you make it cozy? What's important? You have to make it cozy. You have to have seats that are comfortable, right? And stuff like that. This is important. That is important. This is the aspect. This is what marketing actually teaches you. If you have something good to sell, or good to give, you learn how to package it and make it more valuable for people. That's what it is. It's not a scam. But a lot of people, they got nothing to offer, so they're marketing. There are people that do scammy marketing. Okay, they have a scammy product and they do the marketing of a scammy product. But no, I believe marketing is such a good thing. It's improved my way of talking to people too. I'm sorry I'm so slow to answering your messages. I don't know how to make this interesting. Is it more fun to you, or is it okay for you to listen to this? I try to be kind of engaging and not silent, and tell you stories, make it interesting, but I'm not sure if this is actually interesting, or do you want me to just answer your questions? I add my own stuff to the whole thing. That's what I say. I know 2 words in Russian, so I'm getting to answering your questions now. Have not even started trying. It's been a thought I've had. Okay. I grew up believing my ancestors came from to the US from Germany, and started learning German. It's all cool. This is beautiful. Then I started doing ancestry research and building out the family tree, and found interesting. In Germany was weak. Okay, I'm reading for the people that are rewatching. I'm sorry. So the sentence was, then I started doing ancestry research and building out the family tree, and found that we actually come from Russia and Germany. Was just a short stopping point before sailing to the US. That's so cool. That's such a cool story. I'm so jealous of anyone that's in the USA. But my family changed our last name to a German last name. Oh, I see. And some reason in that few months. And then I started thinking it would be cool to know the language that my family spoke when coming here, as well as learning the history. That's that's a very cool thing. Culture. I'm gonna get to what I want to say later on. People learn at different paces in different ways, I suppose, but I get the complications. That too, yeah, I'm very resistant to marketers and salespeople. I'm not good, good. Yeah, you gotta let people learn about you. Yeah, that too, but yeah, I have to find out, like, this is why I got into streaming as well. I can talk to you, find out, like, I can ask you, it's like a live feedback. And I'm on TikTok. I have 2 accounts. I hate TikTok, but I'm on that app. I'm branching out. I'm making YouTube my main focus now because I hate this app. And I don't have much feedback when it comes to creating content like that. You don't have that much feedback. You get feedback from the app. Yeah, do you get views? Do you get likes? But that's it. That's not very engaging, you know. And now when you do the lives, you engage with people actually, and you get to know what works and what doesn't work. And yeah, this is cool. I actually wanted to stream on TikTok while I stream on here. I could do so. Should I? I could. Also, I wanted to say something, but I'll get to this in a few seconds. Oh, okay. I have to give it permission to use my microphone. Oh, by the way, I have 9% battery. Oh my god. Oh my god. The camera on this phone is so bad. This is not how I look. This is not how I look. Okay. How do I add a smoothing filter? Because this camera, what it does is it's sharpening everything. There's a sharpener on it for some reason. And so, yeah. Now I need a filter. Nah, I don't like this. No. Do I use this? Use that? Yellow? Blue? What? What am I gonna use? Yellow. I don't like the original filter. Well, my advice would be pointless, as I have never had a successful stream, but as far as some points that may work is maybe have a couple specific topics you want to talk about and listed in the title might draw people in. Yeah, good. Having the topics listed in the, it's good to that you're actually saying this, because what drew you in? Because you see, like, it's also experience from your aspect, and this is how we work in marketing. A lot of it has also to do with your point of view, with what you experience. I have a bug over there, so I keep looking up. What's my title? What's my streaming title? I think I changed it, but it didn't work. I changed it to yapping and stuff, but it didn't happen. It didn't work. Can I change my streaming title during my stream? Yeah. Okay. Yapping live learning Chinese, learning Korean, Chinese. Okay. Live learning Korean, Chinese. Boundaries. I could say that. Boundaries. Culture. You spoke about culture. That's a good thing. Culture. Boundaries. So, CJ is life. Okay. But that's a good thing. Like, you write the as hashtags, just like hashtags. I don't look like fat. It looks like I have a lot of baby fat. It doesn't look like in the mirror. Like, this makes me very uncomfortable. Okay, I changed the title. Oh. As for the stream, my stream is also right now. You see there's not many people coming in. However, what I'm doing is I'm also streaming for people that rewatch the stream. So I actually, like you said, I have a streaming script. Previously I talked about, and you can rewatch it if you want, or it's up to you. Previously I talked about boundaries, and now after like 30 minutes I got into like, okay, well, you know what, this is what I got to say on like problem solving. I talked about problem solving, and I talked about like learning Chinese, why I started and stuff, and I also have something on workout, but I'm saving this for later. I feel like I can show you this. I'm using this OneNote, and I have like whole scripts for like streaming, bullet points and stuff, topics that I want to talk and I can talk about. And later on, maybe not now, but I might do a stream where I have like on the screen, something like a document what I want to talk about and stuff. And I want to make it a little bit playful, because I know that there are people that do like games, and a lot of people on Twitch, I think, are about games, right? Okay, now I'm going back to replying to your questions or messages. Well, I read that one. I'm just random. I'm not used to having time off. Haven't been on Twitch in a couple years. I've always just looked for streamers with less than 3 viewers, and then wait to see if there's a lot of chats. If there's, what do you mean with a lot of chats coming in? Just having, oh, I see. So because why small streamers? Because you can have conversations with these people more personally, or why? So let me start TikTok. So it's been a while. Okay. Live, Chinese, Korean. What did I say? Culture and boundaries. Oh, damn. Boundaries or self-help. Let's say self-help. Yeah, we got it. Okay, my battery is about to die. Give me a few seconds to plug in my phone. Actually, I need my other I need my other power cable, because this one doesn't what is it called, recharge the phone fast enough. Oh, this is not on. Hello everyone. Oh, this is not working. Just a second. So let's see. I'm getting hungry, by the way. Yay! da, 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 da. So, hello, my friends. I'm also on TikTok right now. Oh, man. I don't know why other people. Yeah. So, what did you try streaming? Ah, yeah. Well, you asked what streaming in your channel. It's just random. I've tried streaming for a short time and get what it feels. What it feels weird. Short time and get that. It feels weird without much engagement. I just try to help out, I guess. That's so nice. Oh my god. Aww. Yeah. So my way of thinking when it comes to streaming and having no viewers, I'm on TikTok and it's 0. It's like so what is it called? Wholesome of you. This is how they say in English. Wholesome. I love that word. So when I have no viewers on my stream, I think about it like, okay, I'm recording this, and actually when I record my stream and I have good things to say, let's say about setting boundaries, or how to, my battery is still dying, how to I have to find my other charger, how to solve problems, for instance. I record this stream, and for some reason, especially after record, I get people following me afterwards. So this is how I take it. Like when nobody's watching, I just keep talking. It's like I imagine I'm filming a YouTube video, you know, and then people can join in, they watch. And how I did it today, like the first 30 minutes, I said what I wanted to say. I talked about self-help. I talked about setting boundaries. Yeah, I talked about solving problems. Oh my god! And so the person that's gonna rewatch the stream, they're gonna hopefully be hooked in by getting to know about those topics, being inspired by that. And then later on, after like 30 minutes, I got into talking about, I'm half bald, talking about like being more conversational, right? And so they say, oh, cool, interesting. Oh, she's also conversational. Yeah, because I guess like the conversational part is not that, I'm not sure if it's interesting for the people that rewatch the stream, the conversational part. I would say it's interesting for the people that are alive right now. It's like a TV show, you know? They do this too, don't they? Like they have like these games, and we're actually playing games. Yeah, this is how it goes. And then they play around, and then later on at some point, we're in between the live show. Okay, now we are getting to reading your messages. Write us your message. What questions do you have? And then people are writing and stuff. And so, oh yeah, this and this person is asking us. Dilsey is saying one more thing. I think it's what makes, well, you ask whether people leave. When I used to have more free time, do this, the streamer would just be focused on something but not talking. You would see comment. Yeah. This is what I realized as well. So I try to help get, yeah, exactly. That's what I realized as well. Sometimes people end up joining in, and then everyone wins. You're right. That's what I experienced as well. So when people come in and they ask questions while I'm talking during the first half of the stream, I realized also when I just have a topic and I talk like it's a TV show, they watch and then they leave. If I have someone that wants to talk, occasionally I turn to their message and then I keep talking. But personally right now I'm just starting out. Like I don't know how this feels for you as a watcher. Later on I'm gonna watch other people's streams, and then I'm realizing, oh, this is actually fun, or oh, this is what it feels like. It's actually annoying when somebody talks and doesn't reply to your message. That's very annoying. I had someone, they were doing a stream, and I was repeating my messages, but they were not replying. They were very innocent messages, and like, you know, they were speaking about marketing and stuff, like on TikTok and stuff, and it was annoying me. Like, this is, I know it's not personal, and a lot of people are writing and stuff, but literally, it's annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not speaking from a place of really very much experience when it comes to streaming, but I will, yeah, stay tuned. Fairly new to streaming, but if you want to see more, staying here again, doing the average, no, just joking. If you, like, when I'm not streaming, if you want to stay tuned, you can follow me, or not follow me, but you can, you know, watch the content that I post on TikTok and YouTube. YouTube is something that I just recently added on my list, and TikTok is fairly, like, I have 2 accounts, and I'm not posting everything that I post on TikTok on YouTube as well, because TikTok is very casual, and I have 2 accounts on TikTok, one which is for self-help, and one which is for like Chinese culture, Korean culture, which I recently started for like 3 days ago, and it's been already doing better than the self-help thing that I've been doing since 6 months. I was like, what? I've been doing TikTok for 6 months? How is it that I post 1 video and I have already 2-3 videos with 600 views? Like, you know, and with the other account, like, I'm stuck between 100 views and 300 views, like, you know, and this is annoying. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yeah. That's also a point. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm testing it out. I will test that out, like multi-streaming on several platforms. I will see like how that goes. What I used to do in the past, I might actually, I have like this, you know how I'm reading? I want to find a way, like maybe I can find a way. In the past, I used to have on my stream, I used to have these messages, so I can, you know, on yeah, but I cannot. No, well, but I can't do that on TikTok. So I used to have the messages pop up from every multi-stream source here, you know, or somewhere on the window, and they're like tools like this. So right now I'm only on Twitch and TikTok. I'm seeing all your messages on the stream. If I were to be on YouTube as well, it would pop up here, and I would be able to read it, and I can actually implement it into my streaming window as well. Yeah. But I don't know if I can give the link to people and they can, I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Let me figure it out. Yeah, but I want to try to figure out how can I make it fun, more valuable, you know, people saying this is fun, this is annoying, and stuff. So yeah, this is it's a cool thing. Also, when it comes to content, you know, it's good to have direct feedback. Doozy, thank you. Doozy, thank you. Because what did you actually stream about? Like, I'm Doozy, what did you stream about in the past? Were you playing games? I want to incorporate live playing games. Yeah, live playing games, like, but I have to think about what, like, literally my ADHD, you know, I wanted to drink this tea earlier so I can talk more or have more energy. I had this open right beside me. I mean, I opened it during the stream as well, but I was really planning to drink this, and I was like, I stopped it and started something else. It's ADHD. It's a blessing and a curse. But also what happened, I wanted to drink this tea. I took this into my hand. I wanted to drink it, and I put it away without drinking. Oh, it's a game? Apex? I just streamed Apex Legends. Only gave it a shot for a few weeks. This was 7 years ago. I don't have the personality for streaming. Why do you think you don't have the personality for streaming? Because you don't talk? Or you don't talk that much? For the talking, because generally I'm more like that too. I take caffeine. Because when I take caffeine, and right now it's not that bad, like usually I can talk even more. I'm like blah 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 blah, and then people say you are very good at talking to yourself. Yeah. Right now I'm quite calm. I'm quite calm. Yeah. I hope I can stream like every day from Thursday to Sunday. I hope. My problem that I have is not, at this moment, is not very much. The problem is my energy levels. They're not, okay, well now, tomorrow I want to stream again at 10 p.m., right? But my energy levels, were they gonna be with me? Like, am I gonna be energetic enough to be able to talk enough? Because when I don't talk, or when I'm not in this energy, it doesn't go well, you know? So that's what I'm struggling with. Like, I cannot say, okay, well, I have a fixed schedule for streaming, but my energy levels do not have a schedule. That's the thing. And especially as a woman, let me tell you, as a man, you are so, every man, because we have a cycle. This is getting a bit too TMI. Our energy levels change all the time. So I realize, so there's a time in the month in our cycle where we have like more testosterone than usual, and that's when the time where we want to be productive and want to be more active and everything feels so easy. What? This is what it's like to have more testosterone? Okay, that's cheating. Interesting. Interesting. My voice is gone. Like, I already talked a lot. I only ever worked on, I'm not a people person. I only ever worked where there was 3 people maximum, or work jobs where there were 3 people maximum or alone. I'm not very good at small talk. I'm exhausted. Why are you? Do you get exhausted by many people, like when you're around many people, or is it because you feel like you're not very good at socializing small talk? But because some people, they get drained out very easily. And I'm quite, struggling with that as well. At the same time, I used to have no boundaries, and those boundaries, because I had no boundaries, I wake up very happy. I don't know when I was talking previously about this topic, if you were in the stream. I'm quite a happy person, and I wake up happy. But then I get into the real world out there, and there's people that are quite mean, they're rude and stuff, and if you have no boundaries, this is gonna drain you and make you feel, exhaust you, because you cannot react, you cannot set the boundaries. You can, hey, you were rude, you don't treat me like that, you don't talk to me like that. The other day, I don't want to, my streams, I don't want them to be too personal. I don't want people to know too much about because it's dangerous for any person. If you get too personal, it's dangerous for anyone. But I'm saying I was yelling at someone that I didn't used to do this ever before. But I got fed up with someone, and I told them, yeah, it was a fight I was having with my father, okay? I don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. It was a fight I was having with my father, and I said, like, I don't care who you are, because, he would do these kind of behaviors, show these behaviors in the past. I'm not a child anymore. You're not gonna yell at me like that. And if I take my distance and I don't call you or I don't text you, then no, you wonder if I don't call you and I don't text you, something like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my father. I don't care who you are. You're not going to talk to me like that anymore. You're an adult. I'm an adult. And this is not going to happen. I'm done with this. I'm not going to let anyone treat me like that. Okay? And then I turned around and I said, hey, and don't wonder, after showing me this kind of face and personality, don't be, how do I say this in English? Don't ruminate about why I'm not texting you or why I'm not calling you. And then I left. I was really angry. And this is not me. This is not usual me. But in the past, I used to cry. I used to want to give him, like, well, you know what? If he treats me like that, or I see, like, where he comes from, his past, and how he grew up, you try to give people love, but some people are not capable of, receiving love. And they use that in whether it's like, the way they're programmed and stuff. Like, some people are not deserving of that. And if you don't know how to deal with it, that's going to take your energy, you see. That's going to take everything away from you. And that's what I used to struggle with. That's what I used to, yeah. I'm not sure. What do you feel is... I'm not a people person. Oh, yeah. And I've been self-employed. Me too. For most of my adult life, so it's been nice. What do you do? Oh, yeah, what do you do? Self-employed is amazing. I want to be self-employed too, but I'm so afraid. I don't know. I was self-employed in music, but music is a difficult industry. It's different. And I burned out, and I'm afraid that the same thing is going to happen again. Yeah. I think I just like doing things on my own time. Me too. So if I'm stuck in a situation where these people can talk to me when they decide, it won't be long before I get annoyed. Through messages like this, I can leave when I like. Yeah, no obligation. The line of work I currently do, I only face to face with one person at a time. Me too. Like, I work remotely, but I'm not yet self-employed, and typically only have time to speak to someone in person twice a day maximum. Side question, because you said, how do you say this in English? Is English is not my first language. German is my first language. I'm not German, I'm Turkish, but I grew up here. I was born here, so my fluent language is German, and then comes English and Turkish, because I'm Turkish, and then I learned Korean, and now I'm learning Chinese. For the next year, because I plan on selling, I own a... Oh, transportation, cool. So you have people moving? Hi, 404 error. Landing name. I'm sorry for the delay in answering. I'll try to improve on that. 404 error, loading name. This is something that I see very regularly in the field of work I do. It should not happen. 404 error. Don't worry about it. Are you in possibly in web design or anything like that? How did you come up with a name like that? Do you plan on selling? So you have something new you want to do, or you want to create another business, transportation business? Cool. Nice. I love web design. It's so cool. No, my main customers produce construction. Oh, okay. Construction material and equipment. I just chain and strap their stuff and do my trailer and how to wherever they are. They produce construction. So your customers produce construction material. Ah, okay. And you deliver their stuff. I chain and strap their stuff to my trailer and haul to wherever. Or do you deliver to these customers that are in construction world, you deliver construction material to these construction material producers? Yeah. Is it that? Oh no, that's so cute. That's cool. Farm. I'm thinking, I have this in mind too. It's so cool. Farm is cool. Nice. Yeah, especially in this day and age. Did I ask you where you come from? You said you were learning Russian and you live in the US, right? And something with, like, you thought your ancestors were in Germany, and but then you figured out that was just a middle thing, right? Was that you? That was you, right? I'm sorry if I'm mixing up something. Nice. Where is Wisconsin? Where is that? Cool. You know, I can relate to this really well, because you said you're in construction, like, you know, transportation of construction material, because I have a lot to do with customers from all kinds of industries. It's interesting to talk to people in everyday life that actually work in these kind of fields, because this is, yeah, it's weird. Because now you kind of have a better image of that stuff. I have customers from all kinds of fields, small and bigger customers, and from technical customers. Some are in transportation. Like, when it's transportation, a lot of people are transporting, like, people that want to move to overseas or from city to city. But I have also have customers that are in, you know, lines like this, like selling construction work, material and stuff. Interesting. To, like, I don't know, the feeling is very interesting. You hope you do your final internship in UX design. This is so cool. Your web design, in, like, is your strength also the designing part? Because I work with web designers that are good with coding. Some, not all, but that are good with coding, but they don't have very much the eye for it. How is the Midwest when it's placed in the Northeast? nobody called me when they named the regions. Cool. Nice. It's cool. Do you also plan on getting self-employed, or you want to probably get a job first, right? In web design? Yeah. I wish I could, like, I'm in marketing, but I wish I could get into web design as well. But I don't want to learn coding. Like, I want to get into the designing aspect. And right now it's very well with AI. It's good, very well possible, mateable, doable. But then again, at the same time, I still have to somehow get into coding and stuff. I know CSS is quite cool, and I can read PHP, but it's not that I can't, like, you know, create a whole website from scratch. Yeah, I love the designing aspect. Do you know, maybe I can ask you, before I changed my career from marketing to from music to marketing, when I was watching Desperate Housewives, this was very, very many years ago. I think I have once heard from someone that was actually working on web design, only on the designing aspect. Does something like that exist? Do you know that? Not on the coding aspect, just like she was only doing the designing part. Does that exist? For era, are you also from the US? Some part? Sure it does. That's cool. Might actually look into it. Yeah, I think before earlier today I was thinking about it's like I'm thinking about like a lot every time. I love working in a team, and I really appreciate what I have at the moment, but at some point, of course, I also like how Yuzi says, I also want to get self-employed. It also gives you very much flexibility. Yeah, right now I could also go to another country and work from there, but self-employed is good. Like there is no limits to how much you can make, but it comes with risk, right? And especially if you haven't started out yet. And I was thinking about, okay, well, if I get self-employed, if like only working on the marketing aspect, I feel like I see myself more reaching out to people because I want to help them create a website, and then also helping them with the marketing aspect, you know. But I don't know web design, and so maybe, yeah, you know, I have to think about it. I don't see myself right now doing it with what I'm doing right now. I'm not seeing myself in self-employment with only what I'm doing. I'm in the Netherlands. Oh, cool. Nederlanden. Deutsche. You know what I like about Twitch is not only today, but in the past I used to stream as well. The target group is so different depending on what platform you are. And I see myself as a nerd, you know? Yeah, I just really, I think Twitch has more, like, people like that than, I don't know, some other platforms that I was on. Yeah, is very interesting. Oh no. You know, yeah, what I do when I didn't have much, can you not sleep, or do you have sleeping problems? Because I am also, like, my sleep is all over the place. Also, do you work remotely, or do you have to really travel? What I want to say is, when I haven't slept really well the prior day, what I do is, towards the evening, I don't know how you're gonna experience that, but this is my experience. When I drink like press out lemon juice, the next day I wake up much more easier, with much more ease. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm too tired, I cannot get up because I didn't sleep enough or sleep well. Lemon juice. And I also have a mineral complex, because you're in the Netherlands, maybe this might be interesting, but ta-da! Yeah, this is citrate, so it has magnesium citrate and calcium citrate, zinc citrate, vitamin D3. So this helps me, you know, survive days where I drink this before I go to sleep, when I don't have much time to wake up anymore, and then the next day I wake up with less pain, discomfort. Yeah. So because you're in the Netherlands, I want to say it's, you know, maybe more attainable. Other than that, I also use lemon juice. It helps me get up. What did you say? Hell no? What did you mean with that? Error. 404 error. So it's still ba 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 bam. Da 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 da. I love sleep. Yeah, well, me too. I slept 12 hours today. Because towards the whole week I was only sleeping like 4 hours, 3 hours. And I'm shocked. Like I went to bed quite late, but then I ended up sleeping 12 hours. It's okay. It's okay. The thing is that recently, I've been also thinking, is this a mania maybe? Because I'm not sleeping very much, like 4 hours, 3 hours. I can tell, oh, it's on my phone there. So, and I'm also, like, I don't drink coffee and stuff, but even prior to me taking this caffeinated tea, because this gives me like a, you know, feeling like Ritalin. Like it pulls me, it gives me emotional drive and motivation. And this has caffeine in there. I'm not sure if this is the reason why I don't want to sleep that much. But yeah, towards the beginning of the month, I felt the same way. Like I slept, 4 hours, 3 hours, and because I felt, I couldn't sleep. I said, screw it, I want to be productive, and everything else doesn't matter. But then I ended up sleeping 12 hours today. Oh, the US. Yeah. About the US. Tell me, like, how do you feel? Can I ask you, how do you feel about the US? I was like, are you positive about it? Because Europe right now is going downhill. So I want to leave, but a lot of people say stuff about the US too. But I want to hear from the people that actually live there. What do you feel about living there? Yeah, because maybe not now, but at some point I'm gonna leave this country, definitely. So I had Korea in mind, but right now, I mean, compared to before, Korea has also changed, and I also, like, right now I feel like I said if I want to stay there for like 2 years testing it out, it's good. But then now I'm like much older, and when I go to Korea for 2 years and I realize I don't want to stay any longer, I'm building my network, my social life and stuff, and then I realize I don't want to go there, when I want to stay there, then I have to start from scratch again. So I'd rather go to a country where I can imagine like staying there, building a life there. So that would probably be the US. But I have two more countries in mind. Yeah. 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 So in Europe, there is this. They don't have a good view on the US at all. But the thing is also, when I look at the people that actually move there, they only have good things to say. Yeah, from Europe to the US, they only have good things to say. So I don't know if it's honeymoon phase. It's very confusing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, online, I feel like it's propaganda. Like, I don't know, maybe it is political propaganda, because I don't doubt that politicians actually also do propaganda on social media, because we're not watching TV anymore. And the same stuff they were doing on TV in the past, now they're doing on social media, but also organic, not just on their channel channel profiles. But I also can imagine, like, there's political interest behind, like, having, they call this clipping accounts, to control people's opinions. It makes very much sense. They're not stupid. And so, like how you said it, US is nothing like they were told. So I imagine, like, there could be some thing like that behind, like, political doings behind, what we see in Europe. We see organic media a lot on, how bad the US is, and how people experience this and that, and then very disturbing images. I can imagine there are possibly also politicians behind this. So this is why I'm doubting. Like, I want to know from real people. No country is perfect. I know that. Healthcare, yeah, it's not like in the US healthcare. But let me tell you, healthcare in Germany is regressing as well. I don't know how it's in the Netherlands, but like this country is going down. Like Germany is such a beautiful country, but the politics are going really, really bad. Well, I've also heard a lot of good things about the Netherlands. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, no country is perfect. Oh, I'm not from USA. I'm from Deutschland. Deutschland. Or what do you mean with what's the reason why you want to move out from the USA? Was this did DZ say something about they all seem surprised? My voice is right now. Say goodbye. There is no perfect there's no perfect countries. There's good and bad with all. I recommend finding one that fits your beliefs. I agree, and live there. Yeah, absolutely. This fits your personality. I don't know how I think that's about it. Finding the right country to live in is about that country, you know, fitting to your personality, to your beliefs. Yeah, I agree. I don't know how the different countries throughout Europe work, but all 50 states have a bit of their own culture and laws. Yeah, so a broad painting of the US is difficult. Same in Europe as well, is very different. The countries are very different from one another, so you couldn't do that with Europe at all. You know, putting everything into one box is, but there are certain laws that, you know, apply to, of course, every country, just like in the US. As far as I remember, when Europe was created, they were actually copying the US model. So it was the goal to create a similar model as the US. I remember when Europe, the European Union, when, you know, the Euro came and stuff, how people were talking, you know, they were copying the US and trying to make it more friendly and stuff. When I heard right, but that was the story. It's probably 9 years old, 10 years old, or 12 or something. For some reason I thought you were from the, maybe because the Winkinson stuff. Winkinson stuff? Probably because we talked about it, yeah. No, I'm not from the US, unfortunately. Germany is cool, but, you know, did you hear about, I don't want to take this the negative way, but did you hear something about, like, jealousy, German jealousy, and, what is it called? Like here, the mood of people is that you're supposed to be living like everybody else, and if you're self-employed, no, that's not that's like a really, really bad thing, right? And if you're different, you know, there's also a lot of jealousy and you know, people suppressing each other. This is, unfortunately, I love this country, but this is, you know, the politics destroy it, and also this part, like, of people villainizing each other. There was the other day, I saw a video of someone, like, you have these quality badges when you know, you gotta get your car checked to make sure that it's technically working, right? We call this TÜV. I don't know what you call this within your country, but there's a badge, and that's gonna be they stick it on your plate, right? Car plate, and so that badge has a date on it when that is gonna expire. And there was one guy that had a badge that was about to expire in 2 days, and somebody, one of his neighbors, called the police on him before the 2 days. Like, I was gonna go there and get it tested tomorrow anyway, but how do you see that this is on your plate? It's very small. It's probably small as this. Like, how do you see the expiration date? Like, do you go around and walk like that through the neighborhood and check out the plates? And this is not a one-time situation. Like, you see that a lot within this country happening. You walk, and there's like a okay, the word right now, I'm stuck. It's called building. What is it called again? Oh my god, I have it. I don't. It's called, like, you have a building, and this building has its own wait a second. Property. Like, it's like you have, I don't know, a whole, like, several apartments, high-rise apartment, and they have their own property, like where there's grass and trees and stuff. And so you're outside and you're just taking a walk, and you're walking somewhere around that property, like very close, but it's not on the property. Property. Is it property? How do I pronounce it? Property. And so somebody, usually you don't see people around that building, and somebody comes up and says, "You're not supposed to be here. I've never seen you around this property. You're not supposed to be here. I'm gonna call the cops on you. Go away." And they're screaming like, "Go away, right? Really going crazy. And this is something that you unfortunately see a lot in Germany. Like, people really calling the police on each other because of stupid things like that. Unfortunately. Complex. Thank you. I thought that was such a... Why did I forget this? Property. I want to perfect my pronunciation. Like, I love the American California pronunciation. They sound so cool, but yeah. It needs work. At some point I will hire like a pronunciation teacher. Like, the way they speak is like, they speak with some, I don't know, I feel like they create their sounds like more deeper within their again, within the throat area, like here. Yeah, it sounds like when they speak, it's like very heavy. It sounds very cool. I'll get there. My voice is gone. But yeah, just old German vibes, supporting the exactly. This is so sad, you know, and so and the US is the complete opposite of that. It's like people just, of course, it's probably also like related on where you live, but also in bigger cities within this country, it's gonna be different. I used to live in Berlin, so it was different there. Like my neighbors were probably, most of them were self-employed. Some people worked in theater, some people were, you know, in the movie industry. But if you talk about that within not so big a parts of this country, and you even call with the official people, like what is it called? Yeah, tax people that were that are in the tax office. I called them. I said, like, I was speaking about self-employment and stuff. No, like I didn't study, and I wanted to make sure, not that I get a diploma, but that I have the skill, and you know, that I'm just a skilled person. So I did my training privately, hiring mentors, taking courses and stuff. I was not going for studying or, you know, anything, any official. No, this is not possible. You cannot do that. What? No. And that was a reaction that I got from a tax official. But there's a lot of people that do this. And it would have been... You have to live a certain kind of way. You have to be a worker, you have to study, get a paper, diploma and stuff, and then be a 9-to-5 worker. That's what they want. But yeah, so it's not anything like, oh, be individual, be creative, and yeah, the innovational stuff. No, there's a lot of interesting trends that come from the US. That's what I want to say. Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't want to really get this the negative side. There are beautiful things within this country as well. The nature is interesting. I also love how German people are very much into, like, they want to do things right. So for that reason, people call on each other. The thing that I talked about previously. But that has also a positive thing. They want to do things right. So when you are taking, you know, getting a service, it's Germany is known to be high quality, like German products and stuff. When you go overseas, you know, somebody told me, yeah, I love German, what is it called, German, yeah, some kind of German products, maybe it's a chair or anything like that, because they're known to be high quality. If you go to Asia, actually, you know, you kind of understand that perspective. To me, it's normal. It's very normal. But now I went, you know, to their country and saw Asia, and you know what kind of products they offer. I was like, I'm thinking, what is this? What is this? I'm very surprised. But to us, the high quality is normal. So this country has potential, but the direction it goes is not. Anyway, yeah, what am I gonna say? Right now I just hit a plateau. I'm drinking tea. This is a bitter tea. I was talking about this previously, but I didn't finish my word. So after half an hour, I'm getting back to my work. I'm into personal development, so like maximizing my health, maximizing myself physically, so I can put maximum into whatever I'm doing. If it's content creation, if it's work, you know, if I don't have the energy, I cannot do what I want to do, what I'm into. So for that reason, I'm into healthcare and stuff like this. And right now I'm drinking, I bought a bitter tea with wormwood. It has wormwood in there and some other bitter compounds. This is not very bitter, as bitter as wormwood tea itself. It said, when I was buying this, it said this is very bitter. And I bought the most bitter form of what they were offering. It's not bitter at all. We would say angenehm. Angenehm in English would be pleasant. Yeah. Wormwood tea is much more bitter. Yeah. Bitter compounds, good for okay, my battery is about to die on my laptop as well. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I gotta get going. Yeah, I was also thinking right now about ending my stream because we've been into 2 hours into streaming. It was really nice talking to you, Dewey. You are a very, very nice person. Very kind of you, what you have said also. Like, yeah. I hope you have a good day. Thank you very much for the follow as well. I hope I'm gonna create good content in the future, and I'm gonna try to improve. And that's it. And also for the people that rewatch, I mean, Twitch is good. Twitch gives you a notification if you you know, visit the website or on the you got the app on your phone or anything like that. But right now with Instagram or TikTok, if you see the content that I post there, these apps do not give any notification anymore about the people that you follow, the content that you want to see. And so my way of combating that is I am creating a newsletter list. So you can pick whether you want to be informed monthly about the content that I create. You know, you get a notification about that so you don't miss it. Yeah, you can, you know, sign up for that newsletter to get a notification about new content if you want. I have no other way in how to make sure that, you know, you get the notification for new content, because these platforms are making it a bit more difficult to, you know, for y'all, for us. Have a good day. Bye, Dizzy. And I'm also saying goodbye. Yeah, if you can sign up for that newsletter if you want. It's below in the panel. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining, and everyone that's rewatching the stream. Also, have a good day. Bye bye. Okay.